I might have to consider putting this unit back despite losing a turn for it, just so we're less likely to lose said unit. We can go back here. Here I am going to actually attack this particular unit, get a little bit of damage. I'm also going to have a look here at maxing out our production. So if I go 2, 3, 4, I'm going to try to bait them out. So maybe I can potentially have a vampire go down south. If it does, that would open up our options a little bit. Because right now, dude, like, we can't do much. And these vampires, like, the problem is once they settle in after getting destroyed next turn, they're going to go right here, I'm pretty sure. And they're just going to go right back into attacking us. So, like, we're super, super freaking limited here. Instead of builders, let's go ahead and get started on the aquatic center. Making progress with this. We'll get a diplo point out of it and, you know, a little bit of tourism out of this stuff, which helps. But that's about all we can really do. It's just, right, to be absolutely honest, this has to be the most difficult situation for wars. I've not struggled with a war like that before until this point. And I do think genuinely that it'll be really important to learn from it. The biggest mistake I made going into this particular situation before the war even started was that I chose this pantheon. This was a mistake. I should have taken the Earth Goddess so I could get access to all the faith generation here, because the amount of faith I could have picked up here would have been astronomical. The amount of faith that would have picked up there would have made it easier for me to pick up quite a few more, rock bands earlier on, because then I would have had, probably double the amount of faith output. So this would have been easier. Could have picked up a couple great people. Like, that would have opened my game up so much more. And I realized that that was honestly the biggest mistake. I completely floundered that. And I've realized now that, for an appeal civ like this, that is the perfect type of synergy, and I completely blew that. So once again, I'm sorry. I'll do my best to learn from these so that way I can give you guys better content. But this run, win or loss, is going to be categorized in my books as just a learning experience, and just have to take it from there. And the way we're going to do this is we are going to bring this unit over and simply place all of them in a position where they can have good range. So I might go ahead and simply, since this is going to have 5 range when I upgrade it, put them back, put them there, so we can have a nice three army setup, improve them all into, in 9 turns, prove them all into rocket artillery. That way they're going to be really strong. And then by that point, we'll get ourselves a setup with the machine gun army. That should make things easier, so we should be able to do some better damage against those opponents. So rocket artillery, their melee strength is 70, whereas the melee strength is 60 for artillery. So they'll be a little bit better for defense, but their offense will be a little better as well. Right now in this position, though, I don't know if that city is going to repair its walls in time, or attempt to. It's going to have full health, of course, but we can attack it pretty effectively. Once we get these units set up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range. So they can attack both these cities pretty decently. So it's going to be important that we try to work on that with our science output. We can continue, using our science as well as we can. That'll be a pretty solid build for us. 73 science is pretty solid.
If you do not change direct,
That's not bad. Getting a free cuirassier. That actually works well. Yeah, you can see now that's damage. That's damage right there. Yeah, that's much better. That's much better. And the fact that we have 2 units with 5 attack range is really solid, though. So we're going to be kind of starting off on a slightly better foot than we would have been before. So we can immediately just work together, attack the heavy, strong units very easily. I am going to be working on getting access to some more of these armadas, so I may consider just very quickly buying more of these battleships, so that way I can put together more of a navy. So this is a tough situation. It has to be on a completed commercial hub. So what we're gonna do is actually bring this unit over, and we're simply going to kind of set ourselves up in another place, and that way. We're going to go down south. So once we actually take Mogadishu, what we will do immediately is actually bring the unit there, activate it, and then we will get rid of Mogadishu. So that way it activates, we'll get access to the benefits, and we don't have to worry about that. So that's going to be our little cheeky workaround here, so we can get some value. And now we're just going to save up gold. Perfect opportunity to start farming some damage, getting extra, in the situation right now, extra potential combat strength in the long term, because we'll eventually be getting upgrades on these guys with our land unit damage, and that'll be how we can really start decimating these troops a little more effectively, so it's a nice option for us as well. There we go. That'll take 3 turns, and we'll get started on the biosphere afterwards. So by that point, let's see here. That is 7 turns away. Okay, so we're a little ways off, but we can get there. At least I want us to have that neighborhood built, and that extra tempo of having things taken care of will be kind of nice. So I'll happily take that. We, in this position, since we have ourselves a fresh unit, we're also going to repair that. Fix you up, Wooleen. Make you nice and strong. Going to block that unit off. That way you can't move as easily. We'll pick up a nice free settler. That'll help make up for the settler losses earlier in the game. See, so positioning-wise, we're actually doing okay. It is tricky, I would definitely say. It's certainly tricky. But positioning-wise, like here, that's a mistake. The unit's going to get hit a good bit. Yes, it's going to hurt. But you have a very nice defensive unit ready to go. And just like that, we can defend that area. Decided to come back. Which is perfect because I can go ahead and bring these units out, do some attacks. Now I can go ahead and work my way to that city. We won that, so that's perfect. That's going to give us a good amount of tourism output, so that'll help. Same thing with this. We will send that so we can get some more gold. Set out. Time to see if this works. And like I said, if it doesn't, then I'm just going to keep the city. It does. Haha, cool. I'm glad it does. There we go. We'll get rid of that. That's 0 health. You attack this, that'll open up this route to here. So now I put this on. So I get the benefit. Right? And now that opens up a free trade route, right? So we've got 3 trade routes now. So what we could do, well, we're going to technically have 2, technically, because once I destroy the city, it's going to go back down to 2. Ah, this is owned by this city. It's even better. Awesome. I was thinking this is owned by that city. I was going to have a problem, but there's more of a chance we'll survive, so that's good. So that's 1 more city down. Ooh, there's uranium right there. Cool. So not terribly far. Now we can actually go ahead and get set up with another city. I will probably settle on that spot directly since that's a 7-6 tile. Good heavens. That, by the time we destroy this city, we finally, and I mean finally, have succeeded in our quest to finally get rid of Nader Shah. Now it's just going to be basically in this little area. As you can see here, his capital's there too, so his units are being transferred over there. And because of that, there's a good chance that if his units are not here but over there, then what's going to happen is they're going to try to cross the seas, and I could just simply farm some more damage. I want to thank you so much for watching. I know this has been a pretty tough episode to watch. I know this has kind of been pretty difficult. This war was honestly the most difficult war I've had to deal with. If you enjoyed watching this video, I do want to ask you to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. SpeeDMan out.